Holy crap, guys. To get your GMB optimized, you need to hear the tips that Maria and I just recorded in this episode of the Coach U Show. Welcome, everyone, for another special edition of the Coach U Show. Today, we have Maria Elena, who is one of 14 Google trainers. And we're going to talk about all Google tools. There's a whole range of Google tools. Even I don't know what a lot of them are, and they befall small businesses. So she's going to share with us what those are, how they fit together, and answer some questions I'm going to throw her way. So welcome, Maria.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm excited to be here. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Hey, how did you become selected as one of only 14 Google trainers?
So it's funny because we are small businesses. All of us who are Google trainers, we come from small businesses and have to at least have a dozen years or more in small business background. So they looked for people with grassroots experience who have to do the thing of juggling between serving their clients and being able to market as well. So all the hats that you wear, from being butcher, baker to candlestick maker, they were looking for people who had absolute application experience. And that's what we bring. So that's how I was selected. I had the opportunity to speak to the team a few times beforehand, and they brought me into an event in Houston and did this whole large event, and then they provided the offer, and I was very excited to join the team. It's nice to be able to see and be able to speak for small businesses and advocate for what's being launched and then how that affects small businesses.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us, what are all the different Google tools that we have that are free?
Well, a lot of people there's a lot of myths out there. So they might be aware with a few of them, for example, like the business profile on Google Search and Maps. Many know it as Google My Business or GMB, and they might think that they have to have a storefront or a retail front to be able to use that. And you can still be home-based and use that. So I'm able to work with small businesses on how they can show up in serving their area, and then how they can optimize that using the free website that's there, being able to use Post. So we teach them about that, how you can utilize Google Merchant Center to use the free tools like showing up in Google Shopping tab, Google Images, of course, showing up in search, but then also being able to show up even in Google Lens, which is available in the US and is a great tool for people to show up and to be seen just one other place. You would think everybody was at the same social network or looking in the same platforms, and we're not. We're all different places, so it's nice to be able to show up different places, and it really lends to the credibility and confirming that you are a business that they might want to take a closer look at. And then there is Google Search Console. Of course, we call that the library. So a lot of people believe that Google is the World Wide Web, and it is not. It's the biggest library of the World Wide Web. And people will believe that the Google bot will just find them when they put something online. And it will. Give it a good 90 days, and more than likely it will find you. But I do know with small businesses, cash flow is king. And in 90 days, you could run out before you are able even to get in front of the right customer. So we talk about how you can enter things in Search Console to make sure that you are seen by Google. And that means then you are searchable and visible. And then, of course, there's Google Analytics. I mean, I love the tool. That's a great way to measure. I'm a big, strong advocate of, if you're not measuring, you're not marketing. $1 or 1 minute spent on something that's not lifting the bottom line or making your goals inevitable is $1 or 1 minute spent too much. So we talk about that and really how you can make better business decisions, and then also teach and coach how to link those two together to really show Google the credibility that you have by being able to confirm all that information. A lot of people will ask us, why are we out there speaking and presenting this for Google? And I explain to them, Google is the #1 search engine for the reason of the fact the information is correct there. And the only reason the information is correct is because you, the small business owner, puts the information in, and we can verify that. If you don't put it in, then it's not correct. So the more that there's confirmation, that it's you and the information is correct, then the higher you have the opportunity to be visible. When somebody who's searching for what your product, service, or solution is, you'll show up. You'll be more visible.
Imagine that. I mean, the reason a lot of people don't show up because they don't have any content there, and they didn't tell Google about themselves.
Exactly.
Let's say that you're a mortgage broker, mm-hmm. and you're part of a chain.
Sure.
Maybe there's dozens of you. Should each of you have a Google My Business profile?
Absolutely, because you're still you. You're still, just like you speak about, Dennis, with personal branding, you're still you, and you may leave that brokerage or that real estate firm and go somewhere else. And you still want people to do business with you, even though you may be wonderful with your team, very much, great camaraderie and relationship. Still, in the end of the day, you want to earn the business. So if you're wanting to earn the business, then there are times when, for example, an actual firm, the broker or the actual owner of the firm, so we're usually known as the broker, will own the location. But you, as somebody who's working with the firm, can still have a business profile on Google Search and Maps. And you can still create that and even show that you're at that address, designating specific like suites in there, and now separating yourself and still doing your own posts. So there might be a realtor with a brokerage that is really, really good at understanding where empty nesters or where people love to retire and invest maybe in rental homes at their location or their city. And it could be that maybe you're a realtor that's really good at understanding, the school districts and what the strengths are at the different schools.
What about, so I think real estate's a huge one. And
Yes.
if you're a realtor, part of a larger brokerage, just say there's 5 of us and we're in LA
Yes.
and maybe we're in different cities, but we don't have a physical office. What do we do? We should still create a Google My Business Pro. You call it something else other than GMB, right?
Yes.
GMB?
Everybody knows, the public knows it as GMB. We as trainers call it the business profile on Google Search and Maps. That's it's the proper name, but I know it's Google My Business Profile. Some people will call it Google Listing, but what they can do is they can then, they'll actually enter in their physical address to be able to get a postcard, because they have to get this postcard that looks nothing like a postcard. It looks like a W-2 with perforations on the side. So they're confused it many times with ads. You're going to look for the confirmation code there. Once you confirm, what you'll do then is unpublish the address, and you'll show that you serve the area. In fact, as you're setting up your business profile, it gives you the opportunity to say, yes, I want people to come to my location, or no, I don't. I serve my customers and clients. I deliver to their address or provide products and services at their location. That's what you'll choose, even though your location may be all of, a county in Los Angeles, Orange County. It could be maybe you're just in the Westlake Village area. Wherever you are, you can designate that, but that way you can get confirmed and verified. And once that happens, now you at least show you serve the area. So when people are looking for realtors in Westlake Village or Simi Valley or somewhere in the area that you're at, now you will show up.
So you're sending your home address and an unpublished address.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, you could still do the broker address as well, but if you're specifically to an area, then your home address, when I work with home-based businesses or work with home-based businesses, that's exactly what they need to do. I was even working with an executive director of a community theater. So they had an actual physical location, but they didn't take mail there. The mail received was at a PO box, which you cannot put a PO box in to your Google My Business profile. So what he had to do is he put his home address and was able to get the verification and then show, and then later add that address. The mistake a lot of people try to do is they'll do that while it's still in the verification process, and they now enter in this horrible loop because you've not verified yet you're the owner, and now you want to change some piece of information. So as an executive director, that's what he had to do, since he didn't have a PO box. I mean, he had a PO box, but he didn't have a physical address. So he used his home address, but wanted it not published. Of course, they had a physical location, because where else were they going to do the plays and auditions?
What are some of the common mistakes that people make around things like this GMB or other tools that are Google?
Well, the common mistake is they think they're competing with their own website. So they don't want to do a business profile. They don't want to do any of these things because they're thinking, oh my gosh, I want everybody to look at my website and my website alone. I don't want to compete with myself. But really, that's a different frame of mind. Think about that you are actually having the opportunity to have 2 or 3 horses in the same race. So that's what you're doing, giving yourself a better opportunity to win the race and win the business and really become visible to your customers where they're looking at. I'm a big fan of the saying, fish where the fish are, and wherever their eyeballs are, that's where I want to be. So it could be that, yes, they see my site, but maybe they don't, they see something else. The key is making sure that everything links back to your site. So on your business profile, make sure you have your website linked there. If you're doing posts in your business profile, make sure all of that links back to your site. If you use the free website, which I highly encourage people to do, because even if they have their own website, they can create this page like a landing page that's filled with Google Google juice and point it to a page on their site. Don't make the mistake of sending it to your homepage. That's what a lot of people do, and that's a big mistake they make, not just in their business profile, but also in Google Ads, is they want to take them to the homepage and show them everything because, I mean, they're excited. I've sat across from many small businesses who've told me, but Maria, I've got their attention, and now I can show them all the things I have. But it's really more important to build your credibility and take them where you told them you're going to take them. Do that first. Now you earn the right, once they're on their page, to take them elsewhere. Maybe they're more interested in other things that you have to offer, but first take them where you told them you're going to take them.
Hang on a minute. So the free one-page website that comes with the GMB profile.
Yes.
You want to link from there, not to your homepage, but to some other detail page on the website?
Other detail page. So for example, let's say, so in the business profile, you have the opportunity to just put your website. And in there, I encourage you to put your website. So that's the home page. But now when you use the free website, you can link and direct it, and you can have things like call, quote, learn more. You can activate different buttons that you can customize exactly the call to action that you'd like them to take. And now take them to that specific page. So for example, if you're telling them, hey, we just launched a new lotion here at our salon, and we'd like for you to give it a try, take them to the page on your site that talks about the new lotion, maybe ways they can use it or the benefits of it. And now at the bottom or somewhere else on that page, even a pop-up, you can say something like, oh, have you seen, we have about 4 other lotions that could address some of these other needs that we find similar. That's where you earn that right. But on the landing page, or the Google My Business free website is what it's actually called, then what you could do is you can publish and unpublish that as you see fit. It's pretty much what you see is what you get. So when you type it in, then you can publish it, you can customize the theme if you like, or the fonts, or even the colors. And now you can send it there. And now this gives you a little bit more visibility. And I've seen people post about a lot of things. Dennis, they've talked about people who are having their 25-year anniversary at the business. And so they want to celebrate, and they highlight a team member, or they're talking about a new product coming in and giving them some behind the scenes footage of as it's coming in, being checked in, and some of the things that they're doing and updating at their location. So it makes it a lot of fun. And you can do that with the free site, and it's not competing with your site.
What kind of results should we expect by using the free one-pager site that comes with your GMB listing?
Well, I highly encourage you to look at insights. So you do want to look at insights and get an idea of, first of all, are people clicking through? What are they doing afterwards? Link your Google Analytics with your business profile. They can link together, and now you can see what happens when they come to that page of your site and watch the next action. You can look at the behavior flow, look at the content, the site content, drill down, and to see exactly what they do next, to see if there's any places that they're being stopped. It also gives you a chance to look at the demographics, a little bit of the geographics of who they are. And now you can really start measuring. So give yourself a baseline first, see what it's doing now, and then start looking to see if there's some improvements as you go. The feedback that we're getting is there's lots of improvement, is because you'll start seeing that people see information they're interested in. It's just like when you do this with a Facebook post. You want to take them to that page. You don't want to take them to the homepage. It's a very confusing place when you're looking for, let's say, a recipe, and now you're taken to a homepage, which is all about how to plant these seeds.
Yeah, directly to the thing they want. So this sounds confusing for someone who might not be technical. You just mentioned that you can link your GMB to your Google Analytics. You mentioned you could link your Google Search Console to your Google Analytics and link your Google Ads and all these other products together. Do I need a programmer or someone else to do that, or is it something that an ordinary person could do?
It is something an ordinary person can do. It really is, because you have a lot of resources available to you if you go to grow.google.com. So you can go there, or you can also go and search on YouTube. There's things like Google Academy, where you can actually go through workshops and pre-recorded videos. But what we find is that most small businesses are way too busy and way overwhelmed. So a lot of times they like to work with a trainer or a partner to be able to answer their questions as they're actually walking through. So they're true workshops and webinars where you're working along, or they like to bring somebody in. So you can do it. It's just a matter of how valuable your time is, and what you can only take care of, and what you could bring somebody else in to take care of. And there's lots of other Google partners out there who can actually support you and do it for you. But what's nice is when you know this, you know some of the questions to ask to be able to make a good selection on who would be the best Google partner for you.
And Maria, you happen to be one of these Google partners, and you run
Yes.
KLA brand, and you offer
Yes.
these particular services.
Yes, we do. So we have a lot of people that, because I do get to see them with the training, they're looking for a resource and they're looking for a recommendation. I always pitch them back to whoever they know locally and throw that back to them. But sometimes they'll want to connect with us. And I do have myself and an entire team that we do work on putting together the business profile for people, getting that all set up and then sending them on their way, or maintaining that, or connecting everything if they need that, or even running Google ads. So we'll take care of all the free Google tools or paid Google tools for them if that's what they want. But eventually, as I tell them, you want to go ahead and take this and run this on your own. If you'd like to stay in maintenance for a while, you can. But I know most will eventually go off. Now, I say that, but I do have some customers who've been with me since 2008. So that's, and that's okay too. They are making money doing what they're doing. They're applying their focus, and that's good. That's all right with us too.
Do you have an intro package for getting your GMB tuned up and configured that we can promote?
Yes, absolutely. It's on our site, but it's a nice package because it gets everything set up for them, gets the free website set up and linked to the correct page that they want, and then also connects Google Analytics. Because again, I always believe, even though you have insights there, I would like to make sure that it connects there with you if you have a website. There are many people who do not have websites. I mean, they're using Etsy, or they're using maybe a business profile or a Facebook business page as their actual website. We can't link analytics there, but there's lots of measuring you can do. And I pitch that back to you, Dennis. You're the expert on that.
All right. Do you have an intro price, perhaps?
Yes. 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 The intro price is $450. So $450 to get everything set up for you.
All right. Tell us what's included in this $450.
So what's included in the $450 is we write and we search out your keywords and content, come up with a theme, we actually connect analytics. And if you have a website, we also connect Search Console for you if you have a website, and Google Ads. And the reason I say Google Ads is, even if you're not going to do Google Ads, there is the keyword planner in Google Ads that is 100% free. And I do like to teach businesses how to use that to look at search volume. We also teach you on how to use Google Trends, which a lot of people aren't familiar with how to use Google Trends to apply for keywords. So there is some training involved with that. They get all of that plus the training, and they could go on their way, or they could bring us along and still for maintenance.
Fantastic. Tell us about the process. How long does that take? What happens at different steps?
So the different steps are, first, we need to interview and talk to you about what you have available. So we're going to want to know exactly who your target audience is. We'll want to know what your purpose or your goals are for your business and what it is that you deliver to your target audience. Then if you've got any logos, brand colors, so if you already have branding guidelines and lines, so your font, colors, the look, we'll look at that. If we need to be able to create that, that will be what takes a little bit of time, just because it's, a little bit of back and forth with some revisions to make sure that it's truly focused and showcasing what you feel is your visual brand. Then we'll put everything together, and that can take anywhere from 14 days to a month, depending on how much creative is in there. Again, a lot of times the slowdown is the business owner or the small business being able to look and say, yes, that's the look that I want, or these are the photos that I have. Many times they have photos everywhere, often here, and to get them to upload that and to send that is where it takes some time. So we can match you and go as fast or as slow as you need us to, but we do still keep on you as far as encouraging you to, okay, you still need this. It's not working for you till you have this. And then, of course, the verification process does take at least 5 business days, but sometimes really 2 weeks. The Google team will say that's our standard answer is the 5 business days, but it usually takes about 2 weeks for that profile postcard to get to you. And again, once that's settled, then we'll take a look to see anything else we need to customize, like adding additional subcategories. These are all things that'll help make your business unique. So you do have a main category, but there are over 3,000 main categories. And a lot of times they don't truly mirror what you do, and we'll bring in subcategories to make sure that there's a good match, not just for you, but for people who are searching for you.
Fantastic. So that's the intro to get going as a one-time. What else is there?
Yes. So after that, there's maintenance. You might want us to continue posting for you. 26% of businesses do not have, or only 26%, I should say, have a business posting strategy for Google My Business. That means the rest don't. So it's a wide open ocean, and most people don't know what to post. They're thinking they have to create from new, and they don't realize that they can recreate or repurpose what they're already using in social. And some of the things with the business profile, they're not familiar with the fact that the what's new post is only visible for 7 days on search and maps, but you could go longer with offer post or product post or even event posts. So we go through all of that and set that up and make sure that they're keeping up with their visibility. Then you can also bring us in to help and make sure that your analytics reports are giving you what you want, knowing what your goals are. So it might be that we look at the audience report. It could be that we're looking at a conversion report, or then also it could be that you want to make sure that we're connecting you with Merchant Center and putting you together on Google Shopping tab, images, Google Lens, all of that. So it really does diversify after that, but there are several packages that we've seen have been the most popular that people like to do next after.
That's incredible. So for non-local, so
Yes.
if it's e-com, right, and we're looking at
Yes.
shopping, what do those packages look like?
So for e-com, a lot of times it depends on the shopping platform they're at. Most of them really connect easily with Google. And so if they connect easily with Google, sometimes it's just a training session on how they can do that. So a training session can be anywhere, as I said, from $250 to $500, $550. It really depends on how in-depth it's going to be. And I can show them how to do that. We do have a free Facebook group where I actually walk through how to do that and take people in and actually showcase their question and walk them through so that other members can see the process going through. Now we can do that for them as well for e-commerce, but really with e-commerce, there is so much that they need to know and be intimately aware of within their business that we really like to work side by side with them. So we do want them to see exactly what's showing up in Merchant Center. How do you upload a product feed into Merchant Center? How do you keep that connected? If you have a tool like Shopify, some of those things are automatic. Once they're synced, that'll work really well. And things more rolling out, I think even WooCommerce, but then there's some tools maybe like Volusion or Magento that don't quite do that yet.
Incredible. What else do we need to know? You are a wealth of knowledge, Maria.
Well, thank you.
Access to this session.
I think it's really important that you get started. So take a look and make sure that you have all of those, you're using all of those. And if you're not, then start looking into where you can find additional information for that. As I said, we are happy to do that. All of my social accounts link to where you can link up and see what the current webinar is that's happening. And they're all 100% free, the webinars that we do. So you can go see one, you can see a recorded one. And that's what I encourage people to do, is just see and learn what they don't know first, because a lot of people might just think, man, Google doesn't see me and I don't know how to get to the top of search. And they've not done things like, take a look if their site is mobile responsive. How fast does it load? I mean, it needs to load in 4 seconds or less, or you're going to lose 53% of your traffic, which is huge when you're working your butt off trying to get people from Facebook to, or anywhere from a Google ad to try to look at your website. And then you also need to take a good look to see, do you know who your target audience is? Mm-hmm. Is your website, what's the website information architecture? Is it nicely laid out so that people can organize? So there's a whole bunch there, depending on what you want your website to do. Some people just want their website to position themselves as the expert at what they do. Some are looking for e-commerce, while others may be even employer branding and really looking to hire people.
Let's say their website sucks. It's slow, right? We look at Core Web Vitals. We look at the page speed insights, and it says all these things are wrong. JavaScript files are too big. Do you guys fix that or have recommendations for folks who do that?
We don't fix that, but we are always looking for businesses, especially website developers and designers who focus on this and are familiar with the Google tools. Then yes, absolutely. If we have somebody like that, we'll highly recommend you out. We try to stay to the local area just because we do work with a lot of chambers of commerce and SBDCs, and they are serving a local area. But there are some times when even the local provider it's just not a good fit for whatever reason, and they're looking for something more. And again, anyone who wants to add to our list, let us know. We just need to know that you're a current Google partner. And once we know that, I'm happy to send the information out, because we don't do any web dev whatsoever. We don't want to do that. That's not our superpower.
You said about GMB, regular posting, what's new, offers, other components. Do you see any negative impact in using third-party tools that do automation to post, schedule posts?
We haven't seen that yet, nothing official. But I would let you know if we do. So the thing is remember who your audience is. in your business profile. So you might be saying something fun. Let's say you're posting something in Instagram and it's saying, hey, what's the one business tool you need every single day? So you might, and have a little hand pointing down to make a comment because it's keeping your post on Instagram really interactive. That's not going to work well in your business profile because people don't interact with that. Remember, they are searching for something specific. Either, they're not sure yet, but they need a solution. So they may not know that you have a product or service that can serve them, but they know they need a solution. So they're looking for that, or they're looking for you specifically. So they're not interested in engaging with, hey, what's that business tool that you're looking? So just keep that in mind. Some posts don't work for that platform.
So Maria, what question did I not ask that I should have asked?
I think, gosh, you've asked all of them that I like. And you asked some really great ones about the free website. And we covered not competing. I think the big thing is with the free website, I just really want to keep people focused on the fact that it's not competing with their website. That's where I think a lot of people just leave. To me, it's leaving money on the table. Why wouldn't you want to get as much visibility as possible? Why is it bad to be showing up on all 30 first searches of an organic search of Google? What's the problem with that? If it's your blog post or your business profile post, all leading back to your site or your Facebook business page, why is that bad? So I think that getting that frame of mind off of everybody, that they're competing with themselves, because we know people won't look past the first 30 searches. I loved your recent webinar that you did when you were talking about where do you hide a dead body on the second page of Google, because it's true. People will tell me, Maria, I'm on Google. I show up, I'm on page 7, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news to say, you know what? People don't know you exist.
That's right. We can see it in their Search Console and see it in their Google Analytics and see it in their GMB Insights.
Yes.
What about YouTube, which is part of Google? Should every business have a YouTube channel or not?
Well, if you're already posting things that are visual, if you're doing videos of any sort, you can always repurpose that for YouTube. And yes, YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. And it's really good because they're all owned by Google to link those two together, again, confirming who you are, putting more credibility on who you are too, which gives the algorithm the opportunity to put you up higher in organic search. So yes, you could use YouTube Shorts. I mean, Shorts right now, if you're doing anything on TikTok or Instagram, go ahead and put that in a YouTube Shorts. Those are searchable. Use the hashtag Shorts on there. Put a good description that's relevant and matches what people are looking for and really describes what you do. And then come up with a posting schedule too. There's so much within YouTube in and of itself to be able to do a trailer, so to give people an idea of what actually is happening on your YouTube channel, and to even do a thank you, a featured video afterwards to let them know, hey, you post something new every Thursday, or this is what they can expect and how you organize your YouTube channel. So I do encourage them to do that. Video is not going away. So if you can get on video, which you teach so well about, Dennis, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be posted. Right. And then you can fine tune from there. I'm a big, strong proponent of measure it. I like this one did well, but this one did better. So I'm going to do more of this. This seems to resonate with everybody. So I like to test and adjust once I tested, and people let me know what really resonated with them in the numbers.
Maria Elena, thank you so much. This is Maria Elena on the Coach U Show. Guys, go check her out. She is incredible. I've known her for a few years. And I feel like we are unveiling a secret that a lot of people don't know. Think about this. One of only just over a dozen folks that are trainers that Google has specially selected to go out and teach how to use all the different free Google products. You are in the right place if you're a small business. Come check out what she has in terms of services. I think the $450 package to get the GMB set up properly and everything connected is a steal. Guys, go check her out.
Thank you, Dennis.
Okay, now we're going to do a bunch of little promos.
Sure.
To get people to watch the episode that we just did.
Sure.
Okay. So it's just going to be a lot of quick little snippets. So feel free to jump in, or I'll jump in. We'll go back and forth. We'll just keep the energy high.
Okay.
Right. And then this is something that we're going to put mostly on Facebook, but it could be on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or whatnot. But think of it as like a little trailer. Right.
Okay. Sounds great.
You ready?
Yep. I'm ready.
Okay. Now you just jump right in. Right.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Dennis. Sorry. Do you want to start from the top or just?
Don't let there be any dead air.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wow, guys, we just had an incredible episode on the Coach U Show, optimizing GMB for local, how to get your own website, how to rank, all the different parts that are free within Google. Maria, what are we covering?
We are covering how you can be seen, making sure you're taking advantage of everything, even if you're a home-based business. So do not believe the myths out there, how to be able to connect everything in Google. So Google is, first of all, you're confirming that you are who you say you are, which gives great credibility to the algorithm. And you're able to be seen more when people are looking for your product, service, or solution.
Come join us now. Okay, you don't want to try to redo the webinar. You want to just literally just
highlights. Okay.
Keep the energy high. Don't try to reteach it. The whole point is convincing them that it's worth their time.
Okay,
right?
Perfect. All right.
I had no idea, guys. There are all these free Google tools beyond Google My Business and Google Analytics that you can use to rank better on Google. We sat down with an expert that Google sends around to train on how to use these free Google tools. Maria, tell everyone what we talked about.
We talked about the free tools that most people don't know how to use and what they're missing out on, and the biggest myth that people have about being visible. I'm so excited to be able to share this with everyone.
Come join us.
Yeah, is that good?
Maria and I just covered the most common mistakes people are making with their Google profile and their listing and their YouTube and all these other Google products. What are some of these key mistakes and why should people tune in?
Exactly. There are so many mistakes when it comes to using the free website, plus so many more, and 5 visibility things that they need to be doing on a routine basis. We'll cover all of that, and I'm looking forward to them tuning in.
Join us. Now I want you to intro it, and then I will do the call to action.
Okay. All right.
Or actually, no, you say a little something, I'll say a sentence, and then you have the call to action.
Okay, so I'll say join in. Okay. Yeah. Okay, join us.
Join Dennis on the Coach U Show starting now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm very excited to share everything that most people don't know about what's free and available to them through Google.
Learn from a killer Google trainer, Maria Elena. She's incredible.
Thank you, Dennis. Join us right now on the Dennis Yu Show.
Okay. Let's do another one. We'll call it the Coach U Show. So you lead it. Yeah. Coach U Show. You say something, I'll say something, then you say something.
All right.
All right.
We are talking about all of the free Google tools and what actually can connect together and what they can use for free to be more visible.
My friend Maria Elena is one of a dozen Google trainers. We're going to walk through all these items that we just recorded. Your mind is going to be blown.
Join us in the Coach U Show right now.
Now I'm going to lead it.
Okay.
I just sat down with a Google local expert, Maria Elena, and we cover all the things you need to know to optimize your Google My Business and profile to rank better on Google.
It is something that most people have all access to, but they have no idea how to use, and we'll teach you how to do that.
On the Coach U Show, starting now. Okay, now you do a call to action. This is just by itself, doing a quick little 1-sentence summary of who you are, and I'll nod and basically, show that I care, and then you say, and I'm excited to be on the Coach U Show and share all this knowledge with you, right? And share how you can rank better on Google in ways you didn't even know, or something like that, right?
Okay. Wonderful.
So you do all the talking. I'm just going to be there agreeing.
Agreeing. Okay. Hi, I'm Maria Elena. I'm a Google trainer, and I'm really excited to share with you the free tools that most people don't know how to use and overlook. I'm doing this all on the Coach U Show with Dennis. Join us now.
All right. That's very good. Now, with the podcasts and webinars and things like that, you record the introduction at the end, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not as well versed as you are, Dennis. So
okay.
no, I did not know that.
Here's a little pro thing that this is the difference between the guys who get the traffic versus people who they launch a podcast, good for them, and then they just, have 3 views on every episode, is they just go through, they try to record the intro at the beginning when they didn't know what the key points were. They didn't know what the energy was, and they didn't get into the vibe. So once you're into the vibe, like I'm in the vibe now, I'm excited. Right. Now is when we want to promote the intro. Just like when you write a really good blog post. And you write the blog post, whatever, and then you write the title at the end.
Yes, you're right.
And
you're exactly right.
It's like you write a book, right? A lot of people, they work really hard, they write a book, or they put together something like this, like a training guide. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't realize that the promotion, just because you write the thing doesn't mean people are going to get it.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean people are going to get it. So the promo is more effort than the actual production of the asset themselves. You write a book, now you got to promote the book. Just because you finished writing the book doesn't mean you're done.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's helpful.
So episodes like this, I think, are evergreen. You're very knowledgeable, and we want to put that out there for people to see.
Sure.
And other people are experts in other areas. They need to learn how to be able to educate, but also promote that education, which is, I
Sure.
think, the part that most experts, they miss. They're so good at their expertise, but they forget on the promo piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think
True.
and then you were very good too, I think, kind of intuitively or unconsciously, because you're so focused on the Google products, which you should, that you also said, yes, well, in terms of web dev and WordPress and stuff, that's not our thing. So by saying that there's things that you don't do, you're enhancing the credibility of what you do, because most marketing consultants will say they do everything.
No, yeah, I'm glad. No, we learned early. Don't do that. That's really hard.
And then this episode here, of course, we're going to release this on YouTube. We're going to turn into a blog post. We're going to put it on social. We're going to cut out different snippets, which is the whole point of repurposing content.
Sure.
We're going to give you some of these assets. We have video editors and other folks that are going through our training, as you know, to get certified on how to repurpose content. And we're going to give you some of these assets so that we could then cross promote.
Sure.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I think it's going to help you in terms of SEO, because when I look at, for KLI brand, your site, not that this is the most important thing, but you have a domain rating of 24. Your URL rating on the homepage is a 15, and you have only 119 keywords that you're ranking for in the first 100 positions.
Sure.
So I want to increase that significantly. You're ranking on KLI, of course, Joshua KLI, Google Great, KLI Dog, Super Windy, Black Chamber of Commerce, OKC. You're ranking on these other keywords, but I don't see you ranking on any of the money kind of keywords. Like I see Google Analytics webinar. That's a good keyword, but you're ranking position 71, right?
Oh, okay.
You really want to be in the top 10. And I know that people will look at the top 20 or 30, but if you're not in the top 10, like here, you have Google Business Setup. That's a good key phrase to rank on. You rank number 79.
Oh, okay. Good to know then. That's well, and that I actually just secured ARES after your presentation that you did on SEO. So I'm learning how to read things in there. That's not my strength, but I'm learning.
Here's a good one. Google My Business Optimization Service. Sounds like something you should be offering. It's something you offer, right?
Yes.
Ranked in position 78.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to write a guest article about any particular topic that is worthy of being a full article on our site, then our site is a domain rating 63, which is pretty good.
That is great. Yes, absolutely.
Beat almost all the marketing consultants and agencies out there.
Okay. Perfect. I will do that.
Awesome.
I learned from you every moment. I'm just like, yes, I'll do that. I'll get this done. I'm going to look at that all and start working on those keywords too. Thank you, Dennis.
Another thing too is in the last 3 months, I've really stepped up, accelerated our vision of creating 1 million jobs. And there's a lot of our friends, in the Philippines and Pakistan that they're only making $1 a day, right? And we talk about the dollar a day. There's the other dollar a day,
right?
And to get them certified in our training, or it could be the Google training that you mentioned, like Grow.Google or the Academy or whatnot. I would love to see these folks. Their goal is to make $500 a month. That's their goal, to be able to support their family. Because a lot are making just $50 a month, or they're making $100 a month.
Sure.
So if you'd like to join me in training some of these folks, then they could be workers for us, right? For KLI or other agencies that we have. And then you can still sell your package, $500 package, $1,000 package, whatever monthly retainer package is. And then have these other people that have gone through either the Google supply training or the training that we make together. And then we're creating jobs for them. And then our US folks are more like the higher end specialists, more like account management. But any like nitty gritty setup kinds of things, it's better just to push the folks that are making $2 or $3 an hour. It's better for them and it's better for us.
No, you're right. I haven't been able to find people who are specifically set up or know how to set up a business profile. I've looked on Upwork. So I haven't found there. And then I've used, there's another tool that you recommended for the Philippines. I even looked there just to see if I could find anybody at all with Google My Business or GMB. Nothing.
You won't find them. You have to train them. So you find people and they're willing to work very hard and go through the training.
Sure.
And the beauty is you can run literally thousands. This is not an exaggeration. You can run thousands of VAs through the training and maybe you only hire a couple of them, but you're going to hire the very, very best. That's the key. There's lots of people out there, but if you don't have a filtering process to go from thousands of people to because when you have thousands of people apply, there will be there will be 5 or 10 of that group that's worth hiring,
Sure.
right? Maybe more, but you
Sure.
have to have an incredible filtering mechanism to do that. Because
Sure.
most people will put a job post out and they get flooded, as you know, they get flooded with a couple
Yes.
hundred applicants, right? Because that's what you've done that, right?
Yes, I've done that. I've been on the receiving end. I don't like it.
You get 300 people apply. You're like, wow, it's amazing. And then you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah. How do I choose?
Is you put up a little interactive video.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see what we're doing with Tolstoy, or you give them access to a quiz or to a training module, and you say, go through this training. If you do that, we're going to set up an interview or whatever it is, right? And so when they go through all this and they can complete the exercises and then they submit, then that goes to a form or whatnot that comes to you. And then you can screen from there, as opposed to all these people applying. And then you have to talk to each one and they want to get on the phone with you. Like, no, you do not get on the phone immediately. They have to go through this whole process. And if they can go, and we have a very lengthy process that's probably 40 hours of work that people have to go through before they can even get to the point of talking to one of our people.
Nice. Okay.
So I would consider that for you as you grow, because if you want to grow this, and I don't want to assume it's a yes, but assuming you want to grow your agency and you want to have lots and lots of customers, we can drive that because of our SEO power and our list and whatnot.
Sure.
Our email list is 5 million people. There's a lot that we could do.
Sure.
But then if you can't service it, then what's the point?
Then why? Then why?
Right.
And I'm very excited about that with what you're saying, with being able to, because I've been reading what you've been doing on that with the million jobs, and absolutely, because I do know it's not, I mean, even our graphic designer has been with us since 2008, and he's from the Philippines. And I mean, he's just so grateful to have the steady, and we were able to keep steady through all of this that's been happening. But, I was fortunate to find him, no system to find him. So I appreciate the system.
So you need to get more of people like him. So anyone who's good at something, you want to replicate them and get another 4 or 5 of them. That's the way to look at it.
Okay.
God forbid you lose him or something happens, right?
Right.
You need to have other people that can do that too.
Sure. Absolutely.
No single point of failure, no bottleneck.
I like that. That's true.
All right. Well, you know what? That was being recorded. I thought I hit stop.
Well, I hope it's helpful then to you. And I know it's been extremely helpful to me.
Think about the other service providers. We're not competing against each other. It's wide open. They need to learn the stuff that we're talking about here.
It is. And there's so many, because I do go out there and speak to different communities. There's so many, there's people and they're not in the room. I could be in a room of 1,000 and there's not a single Google partner in there. So I have nobody to throw it to. I'll ask a chamber to go through their list, give me somebody to promote from the front of the room. And there's nobody there, which is sad because I know there are people there. I hear them after the event come up and say, I'm a freelancer, I'm a marketing consultant, I do this, but there's nobody there that I can throw it to. And as I tell them, I was in Chicago once, actually at the Yelp office. And the guy came up to me and he's like, are you here to compete with our local people? And I said, no, I'd love to promote you, but I can't find you. I only have like 2 that I can recommend. And I need more from the front of the room, because I said, that's great positioning. You're going to have a Google trainer say, go see so-and-so, have you stand up, see so-and-so, see so-and-so. There's a lot of credibility there. But if you're not here, if I don't see you, you're not listed, you're not told your chamber, then we really don't know you exist here.
It's incredible.
Yes.
I think you told me snippets of that story a year ago. Did you?
Yes, I did. And it's still the same, Dennis. I mean, I was in Oklahoma City at a large event, not a single person, not one.
Let's get more people certified, more people through their training, through your training, through our training. We got to train people up. That's the main thing. We want to create these million jobs. It's not an issue of can we find work. The issue is we have so much work, we need to train up other people.
We do. I agree. Very true. Dennis, thank you so much. Awesome. Yes, thank you.
It'll be
Bye.
Probably a week or 2, but we're going to send you the clips out of it, and feel free to do whatever you like.
Thank you. I'll absolutely promote them. Thank you.
Thanks, Maria.
All right.